lies persist in the corrupt Western media that the Global Liberation Army now has a fragmented leadership. More reliable reports from the GLA reveal the truth. A new, powerful commander has emerged with the complete support of the people. Furthermore, U.S. intelligence chatter warns major action by the revitalized GLA is imminent. The Americans have strengthened defenses at their international bases. This is a laughable strategy against a strike that could come at any time and any place. From News Headquarters, I am Omar bin Ghazali.
Welcome, Commander. Now that we are again united, it is time for us to make our strength felt. Once the U.S. Mediterranean naval force is shattered, all of Europe will be in our grasp. Most of their ships are in port and helpless. We will steal their particle cannon and use it to take out their aircraft carrier.
Don't get on my bad side. Going.
Well, welcome back, General.
What?
We have quite the mission ahead of us.
To reclaim and rebuild our secret base.
We are here and ready for your command.
Also, sadly, those rebels show up a little too fast.
Begin stitching. Yes, yes. Punch it.
And so you will lose a lot of them. It actually becomes more and more important as the scenario goes on. Just because of how everything plays out and what we really need, which is money and troops. Now, while I have a German Kell, and German Kell is really useful for sniping units and so on, I could potentially do some of this work with not saboteurs. Why am I thinking of saboteurs? Anyways, you know who I'm thinking of. Anyways, so I could use them, but what's the point, really? If a rebel costs half as much, then I'll just use a rebel instead.
Our homes are in peril.
Hijackers. Why? I don't know why I can't think of I couldn't think of the word there.
They are trying to retake the particle cannon. Our building is being captured. We will need this particle cannon to sink the enemy carrier. Defend it well.
Also, I don't know who's capturing because it doesn't even really show until they just pop their flags immediately.
The particle cannon is now online. We must defend it and the power plants.
Also, strangely, the particle cannon has my colors now.
Standing by for coordinates. Missile guidance set.
It shouldn't really show up that way.
Take it by force.
I also don't recapture it, which is strange. I think because I was seeing it as having my colors.
We take what we need.
Our courage will be seen by all.
What do you want?
Would you like to try some? Potency guaranteed. Would you like to try some? Potency guaranteed.
Cruise missiles ready.
There's not much of a reason for me to be using toxin trucks anywhere else, so I figure I'll just have them sit around here.
We will not be hindered.
I also don't think there's much of a reason to let the counter go down. I guess theoretically you could let it just be powered by the US, and then once it gets within 30 seconds or so, then capture it, but eh. I actually didn't think about if I could build a radar van, because you could technically cheese this mission a lot faster. Anyways, because we're doing a lot of island hopping, it delays a lot of things. I thought that I could actually drive across here, but it's not the case, so I have to then wait for my tunnel network to recharge, and then do things the long way.
I hear you. Who's the target protected in there?
Heavy armor ready for action. Tomahawk systems online. Armor detail reporting. Moving in.
Bury my tools. I will slip in. New spotting position.
I think I can safely say that playing on the harder difficulties really does make you more paranoid. Having to go through Prince Kassad and all his troops over and over again with very limited funds and less in terms of research really does harm, you know, your future prospects, so to speak. And it seems like I can't build radar vans, unfortunately.
On your command.
Speaking of having no money, I have to defend against air power being thrown at this auxiliary base now.
A warrior has fallen.
What vehicle should we look like forward? Arming high explosive
Shipment on the way.
Heavy armor ready for action.
General, our land is being attacked.
No one escapes.
Not that I need to protect the base anyways, but it's nice because you want to be able to charge your particle cannon.
How about a show of force?
I hear you. My tank is full. Running on fumes. The warrior has fallen.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't use my repair ability.
No one escapes.
Armor
Indeed.
detail reporting. Cruise missiles ready. Let's close with this extinguishment. How about a show of force? Moving in. Four on the floor.
A warrior has fallen.
Their choppers are bringing
Heavy
reinforcements.
armor ready for action.
So essentially, I'm being pulled in like 3 separate directions, which is a little frustrating.
On your command.
4 on the floor. I do not have patience for this.
So I need to build quad cannons on the 3rd island to send to the 2nd island, and then have units on the 2nd island transfer to the 1st island so that those guys can protect the particle cannon.
How about a show?
And sometimes there's an auxiliary island I want to go to and send units there so I can grab some ammo or not ammo, but money. And then eventually there's a 4th island that I want to get to, but there's a 5th island that also has stuff on it. And I think there might be a 6th island, but it does nothing.
Transporting cruise missile.
There's just a lot of places to get to, and because I don't have vision, it just makes it that much harder. And because I have no money, I can't really defend or attack as well as I'd like. Like, do they really have to send or have like 3 layers of defense on this one island? I think this mission is probably the one that I would argue is most in need of custom audio. If a unit is captured by other troops, it should probably have some sort of lines to it. I just think it'd be pretty cool if they did it. So finally, I've unlocked the ability to have a base. And while I can have more money now, it still opens up or continues other issues. Namely, it's nice to have a source of income now and maybe more units and so on, but the fact of the matter remains that I'm still on islands and I need to island hop some more. But going to the next island isn't just... it's a little harder than just saying I want to go there. After all, there's a lot of units in the area. And we've already seen that tunnel networks aren't exactly the easiest or best defended building, utility tool, however you want to put it. So if you don't do it fast enough, they just come in and destroy your tunnel network and apparently get experience for it, which is kind of lame. Now, I'll admit, I should have probably just thought about it better and maybe had units within the tunnels first, but come on, is that really the biggest issue here, or is it the fact that the AI absolutely must send units to it and not just give the player a break?
What do you want with me? Our work is complete.
After all, it's not like they're going around and targeting other tunnel networks I have built. It's just that one.
Cannot we live in peace? I will do what I must. I can't build there. That building cannot be there. This hammer is heavy. If that is what you want.
Heavy armor ready for action.
I'm just a peasant.
I'm pretty sure I was doing that in the hopes that Worker would just start auto-building the next building next to him. But I don't think they actually do that. I'm also really low on power, so I can't afford to be losing any more power plants.
Missile guidance set.
A warrior has fallen.
And somehow a rocket trooper has as much range as a Tomahawk missile?
Don't get on my water.
It's probably because they have search and destroy on, but, you know,
We have more buggy ammo now.
I'm going to the next thing that moves. What?
Our base is in peril.
I'm going to the next thing that moves. Who are on the floor? I'll get there. Don't get on my bad side.
Crusader tank responding.
Burying my tool.
So because the AI has, I don't want to say infinite funds, but starts with a lot of money, it just makes it kind of a pain in the ass to even assault this last base. And since they have Tomahawk missiles and all the regular tools you normally expect, again, it becomes a bit of a slog. Now, I don't really know why they aren't using their air power here, but hey, whatever. Small victories and such. It's desperate times when you're having to use a particle cannon specifically to defend a forward base. If I wanted to be a little bit smarter about this, I should probably be building, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more weapons dealers, and then just send all of the waypoints down into the middle and have them do it that way. But I think there's also an issue with if a unit moves out of a building, like if the initial rally waypoint, I don't think they do an attack move on that, so they're particularly vulnerable.
We are the just ones. These people will not be mocked.
My warrior is falling.
One escapes. Scorpion tank. Okay, I will work.
I'm also pretty sure that at a certain point I was wondering why my Jarmen Kell was always visible, and it's because they have Search and Destroy on. And for some reason I'd lose a Jarmen Kell for that.
Take up the GLA. Scorpion tank. It will be taken care of. It will be taken care of. It will be taken care of. No lack of courage.
The warrior is
Our will
falling.
is strong. As you request.
Don't get on my bad side.
Our particle cannon is ready.
Scorpion, ready to sting.
I'll puncture the next thing that moves.
The warrior is falling.
Scorpion, ready to sting.
They are brittle. Waka. Stop them dead in their tracks. Stop them again.
I'm not quite sure why I'm not using the particle cannon on the strategy center yet, but I think I wanted to capture it.
I will do my best.
But at a certain point, I don't think it's really worthwhile. Also, apparently, I was constantly starting control groups because I was selecting across the entire map, and so I was moving my quad cannons out of position so that they wouldn't defend the power plants that I needed. I also didn't think about it. Someone mentioned in the thread about using bomb trucks and disguising them as battleships and such. This would have been a prime location for me to do it, but apologies. I'll have to do it in a bonus video at some point in the future.
Our will is strong. Yes, I understand. The higher order shall reign. Their tools may serve like take of the GLA. It will be taken care of. Our will is strong. Yes, I understand. As you request.
Their carrier will be turned into scrap.
Alright, that was pretty cool.